Hi, okay, good morning everyone, good morning. It is Friday, November 11th. Hi, how are you today? I know you want to begin a little bit of a conversation here, we can do it. So I'm going to pretend like I'm calling you, and your job is to copy my lines, okay? Copy. Ready? Let's try. Hello? Then you say, hello. Nice to meet you. My name is Greg. I am 10 years old. How are you feeling? Very good, you guys. That's great. You did it. So that was a quick little warm-up. A quick warm-up, you guys, okay? So that's how we're going to do today, and that's how you can do this weekend. So the idea, today's craft is very exciting. It's a 2-phone set. You have one phone and one phone. You have 2 phones. So obviously you're not going to see Greg, but you do see your mom or dad or both, or grandma or grandpa, or your friends. So you can practice making phone calls. Can you try it? First you can try the copying game, like we just did. Someone holding the phone here and here. Hello? Hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My name is Greg. My name is mom or dad or, right? I am 10 years old. If they want to tell you. Yes. And then whoever this is can say their age. How are you feeling? And then, how are you feeling? Okay, so you can have that practice conversation. It's great because it ties in everything we're learning this week and a little bit of last week. Okay, that's something that everyone can try and do. And if you're in the upper level groups, then you know that your conversations can be longer, and your answers, for example, to the question, how are you feeling, can be longer as well. You can articulate. It means to really explain how you're feeling and why. We always talk about the why here. I am feeling happy because today is a sunny day and it is getting cooler. I just love cooler days because I know that we're getting farther into the fall. And soon it becomes winter. You don't have to make it as long as that, but certainly you can make it as long as you can, okay? Here we go, there's worksheet number 1. Worksheet number 1 just says, hello, hello, hello. And here, number 2, just to practice the writing of the letters, really. So we have H-E-L-L-O, big O at the end, big O. Make sure you're tracing inside the lines. That's the point for that one, okay? And of course, does Hugo know he's picking up the Ito group? Yes. Can you go in, can you double make sure? Yes. All right. This one says, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Look at them holding their phones over there. Nice to meet you. And here we have a sample here, a sample. So here you can see, look, there's dad and there's dad, right? Hello, dad. My name is. So you can really practice with your parents this weekend. That's really, really fun. Because next week, the more practice you have with phone calls, the easier next week is going to be, because we are traveling to a new location in our imagination and maybe physically. Okay, here's number 5. Number 5, hello, Greg. Nice to meet you. My name is, remember, on the back, especially from number 5 onwards, you want to copy everything on the back. You want to keep getting better with your free writing skills. That means making sure there's space between the words, making sure the words are written cleanly. Okay? Remember, we don't color the top of the I or the bottom of the exclamation mark. Those are simply dots. Okay, guys? All right, here's another, this is a really fun one here. Look at this, there's a couple parts to this. Number one, as we start from the left with English, number one, you can match up these feelings with these faces. Trace them and draw your lines. Trace and draw your lines. Over here, this is Greg asking you, because again, role playing. Greg says, how are you feeling? I am, and then which one are you? You can write it in here, okay? It's really, really fun. You're role playing and getting better, getting more prepared to try this at home with your parents or your friends or your grandparents. You're practicing today at school with your teachers. Okay, here we go. There's number 7. Number 7, here's you. You can just decorate your face, the hair. Hello, Greg. Nice to meet you. My name is, and how are you feeling? And Greg says what? And here you have to really think. If you don't know how to spell a word, try to go back to worksheet number 6, because you can probably find it there. Hint, hint. Number 8 is obviously getting harder, you guys, of course. Can you talk with Mariko? Don't forget to ask about her favorite color and if she wants to draw a dinosaur. There's 6 lines here. 6 lines, so ask your questions, and these 2 lines will be for her answer. So here you can write number 5 and then her answer, and number 6 and her answer. Hitomi can pretend that she's Mariko today for this one. Okay, you can go over to Hitomi and pretend that she's Mariko. Listen for her answer, write them down here. But here, the first 4 lines start off the same. We're learning that to really help with our word building skills. So the start of the conversations, the first 4 lines start the same. But then 5 and 6, same questions, but different answers for each teacher. Here's number 9. I love to practice talking on the phone. I can practice with. Who can you practice with? Can you practice with all these people? Mom, Dad, Greg, Hitomi, Mariko, Hiroko, Grandpa, Grandma, maybe some friend names. Try and write them down here, okay? Can you fill up all 12 of these rectangles? Okay, and here's number 10, last one, and then comes the evening class, which Hitomi, for the note, the evening class explanation starts at the 8th minute. Yeah. Here is a phone conversation with my dad, starting with line number 1 and ending with line number 7. So you can think what you want. What do you want number 7 to be? It can be anything you want, really. Okay? That's it. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. This is now, we're switching over. This is the evening class. Hello to, is Shinsuke present today? So hello to Unsho. Hello to Unsho, Soma at Sushi, Ryo and Shinsuke. Good evening. Welcome to Greg's evening class, delivered again by the amazing Hitomi. Today is very special. You can imagine we're doing phone conversations today, but it's the evening class. So you have to build up your writing skills. You have to build up the cleanliness of your writing skills. You're also going to need to practice with each other. Most importantly, you're going to have to think for yourself. Okay? So let's get to work. This is how it goes today, okay? First, Hitomi is going to show you strips of paper with questions for number 5 and 6. Hitomi will make those questions the ones you're used to, or she will give you new questions for number 5 and 6 to ask. And then your job with 4 pieces of paper, Hitomi, each student is going to have 4 pieces of paper to write down all of your lines from number 1 to number 6. Okay, so Hitomi is going to write 4 sets of number 5 and 6 questions. Some of them will be questions you know, some of them will be totally new ones. Your job is to take 4 pieces of paper and write down 6 lines. Okay, but the number 5 and 6 will be different for each of your papers, okay? Do you understand? That's the first part of this project today, which is not easy. The next section, the next part of this is to practice. So then you're going to split up into twos, and you are going to read your sheets to your partner. Your partner is going to answer. Really fun, right? And part 3, the final part, Atomi, will be to partner up with new people and write down your partner's answer for number 5 and 6. Okay, so there's 3 parts to today's compact evening class. Number 1, you're going to write down on your 4 pieces of paper 6 lines. 6 lines on each of the 4 papers. And don't forget, number 5 and 6 will be different for each of your 4 pieces of paper. Then you're going to role play with a partner just to warm up and get comfortable. You're going to do that 1 time. So partners 1 time. And then the last section of this is to partner up with a new partner. But this time, remember what their answer is for 5 and 6, because you have to write it down. You can write it underneath 5 and 6 on that piece of paper that you're using to ask your questions. Okay, it's a lot of explanation here. I think you understand basically what's going on. Itomi will help you deliver it perfectly, of course. And just have fun. The evening class is getting harder. It's getting more challenging, which means it's getting more fun. Right? So I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Have a good time. I'll see you soon.